The 70th edition of the Pioneer Sideline coming at you right now. I am your host, Josh Frketic. Welcome to the show. I told you we're going to see if the women's volleyball team could make it 18 in a row. They had a game on Friday. It was against the Cedarville Yellow Jackets. That was a road game. Unfortunately, they were not able to make it 16 in a row. They fell to those Yellow Jackets 3-2. In those sets, they lost by the final scores of 25-22, 20-25, 25-19, and then lost the last two, 19-25 and 15-11 in favor of those Yellow Jackets. But the good thing they had was an opportunity to rebound the very next day in a tri-match. That first match was against a very, very good Shawnee State team, and Shawnee proved it. 3-0, 29-27. That was the only one the Pioneers were close in, 25-13 and 25-15 to end it there. But never fear, they had one other game that day. It was against an Ohio Dominican team that has been bumped up to the NCAA Division II level. They were formerly in the AMC Conference, and there you go. Pioneers win, the Pioneers win 22-25. The first set they were down, but they won the next three out of the next four, 25-17, 22-25, 25-20, and 17-15. So Pioneers record, they improve or disprove 16-5 overall. Still a very, very good record, 2-2 in the AMC Conference, and we are talking volleyball, so why not? Let's bring out Melissa Stokowski. Melissa, thank you for coming on today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's been a little while.
It has.
You just went incognito for a little while.
Just
Where'd
a
you
little
go?
bit. I was hanging out in there.
Oh,
yeah.
back
behind
there.
the scenes.
Those are where the good people hang out.
Yes, this is true.
Well, let's talk about this volleyball team right now. As I did not mention, actually, Megan Lehman's eclipsed the 1,000 kill plateau in that tri-match against Shawnee and Ohio Dominican. This team, they won a lot in a row, but right now, they're maybe in a little bit of limbo. They lost to a subpar Cedarville team, but a very good Shawnee State team.
Yes, I agree. And I think maybe it's just kind of losing that momentum. Obviously, you're going to get a little confident. When you're up 15 games, you know, maybe they were just slacking a little bit. It was a Friday. Maybe they're a little tired.
Friday. Having the case of the
They're
Fridays.
ready. Exactly. So maybe it was something like that. I'm not worried about these ladies. Although, now that we are going into some of the AMC games, like you said, only a 2-2 record for AMC games.
This team, we keep saying it and saying this team is very, very young. And really, in their first test, they weren't able to prove themselves, I think, the way that Coach Bruno wanted them to prove. We said, oh, they don't know about the Walshes and the Mount Vernons and all these teams.
Right.
But they did know about Shawnee, and Shawnee made them look like a young team.
Yes, absolutely. But even though we are a young team, we have such great leadership in the captains, in the coaches, and I think that really will make the team prevail, and they will be able to handle some of these tougher schools as they get into these division games.
Big game against Walsh upcoming a little bit later on tonight, and the conference schedule does not get any easier. You still have Mount Vernon on the schedule. You still have the Malones on the schedule. You still have to go up to Damon. Those are tough games. How do you see the rest of this year panning out?
Well, like I said, I think once they get back into that momentum and that mindset and keeping with the whole leadership aspect. They have great leaders. They have great coaches. They have great captains. And I think that with these aspects coming into this, that they will be able to take on these greater teams. And, you know, even though they do have a great reputation, you know, I think they'll be able to handle them.
They've had great play from Lehman's, from Roddy, from Geary, from Oberacker. Which one of these players do you think is going to continue on their great play and really just consistently do it all year long?
Absolutely, Megan Lehman. She has not shown one sign of stopping. She is awesome. Over 1,000 kills. That's amazing for a career this young. And, you know, now she's totaling at 1,012. So she's passing the 1,000. I don't see her stopping anytime soon.
Lehman's a transfer from Juniata College, and that was a really great find for Coach Mike Bruno.
Yes, absolutely.
But you can't forget about the players like Geary, like Roddy. They're really going to have a solid year. What do you think is going to pan out? Do you see playoffs in this team's future?
Absolutely. Like I said, I mean, all of these players, even though we are young, and, you know, it is the majority of the team is very, very young, but these girls are moving up very quickly. They're learning so much from these captains and these coaches that I think by the end of the season, when the playoffs roll around, they will definitely be prepared and ready to take on the playoffs.
Well, Melissa Stokowski says that they are going to be ready for the